gentlemen, to another episode of Smackdown. In tonight's episode, it's stacked from top to bottom. We get to see your Universal Champion Roman Reigns in action against the return of RVD here to WWE Universe mode, as well as Seth Rollins is in action with LA Knight, as well as much more. Not the opening that we were expecting here, as Adam Pearce, one of the WWE officials, is inside the ring here. But it looks like Keith Lee making his way out to the ring here. He is not scheduled to be in action, but I'm being told that he has requested this time to have something that he needs to be getting off his chest. So perfect opportunity here in Orlando, Florida, to get that off his chest. Keith Lee coming up a bit short in that triple threat match between himself, Tommaso Ciampa, and Brock Lesnar recently on Smackdown. To see who would be next in line for Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. It looks like, again, we are going to have ourselves Roman Reigns taking on Tommaso Ciampa one-on-one at the Judgment Day pay-per-view, which is just a couple weeks away, but let's see what's on the mind of Keith Lee. It's got to be, that struggle's got to be real. The big man has something on his mind, and it looks like we are going to hear him out. What is on the mind of the big man, Keith Lee? Could be little things, could be big things, but we are about to bask in the glory of Keith Lee here to open up SmackDown. Man, it is great to be back here in Orlando. A lot of big memories here for myself, but I'm not going to try and take too much time here tonight. Yeah, I am kind of frustrated that I didn't become number one contender for the Universal Championship, but my time will come. But I do have a big challenge I do want to send out there. A lot of people might think I'm crazy for setting out this challenge, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I need a match for Judgment Day. I'm not going to sit on the sidelines. So Brock Lesnar, I know you're not a part of the Judgment Day card, but I'm officially challenging you to a one-on-one contest. Me versus you at Judgment Day. I know you and Tommaso Ciampa have a rivalry brewing right now, and that may be kind of put on the shelf currently while he's challenging for the Universal Championship. I have no bad blood with you. I don't think you have any bad blood with me. But I think this would be a perfect opportune time for me and you to go to battle, one beast and one true glorious man and myself at Judgment Day. I'll see you next week, Brock. Well, we are back, and a big challenge is set out for Keith Lee to Brock Lesnar. But we have a massive triple threat tornado tag team match to determine a big-time championship match. So currently, it is going to be Cruise Control, Apollo Crews, and Buddy Murphy defending against Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. But The Rock has decided that he wants to add another tag team to that match, so we're not getting just a rematch at Judgment Day. So, first of all, it was supposed to be a fatal four-way tornado tag team match tonight, but unfortunately, the other two tag teams, the Dirty Dogs and the Brawling Brutes, had a brawl backstage that had to be broken up, so they were taken out. And we officially can say that those two tag teams will be facing off against each other at Judgment Day, the Judgment Day pay-per-view. But the Street Profits will stay in this matchup as they were scheduled a part of this. But we needed to find another tag team. We do not know who the other tag team is. It's more of a last-second type of thing. But the Usos and the Street Profits being in this tag team matchup could mean big things for themselves. The Usos making a big name for themselves as of late. They've been a multi-time tag team champions here in their illustrious careers as tag team, and especially being here with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns kind of wanting the Usos' help and the bloodline and everything like that. Well, I wonder if Roman Reigns kind of talked to them like, hey, let's get the Usos another chance. Give them an opportunity. They're one of the best tag teams, if not the best tag team. Yeah, they're not the tag team champions currently, but I mean, you could definitely agree if Roman did say that to The Rock. Maybe that didn't happen at all, but it's kind of funny that, the Usos are in this match. But no matter what, we get the Usos and the Street Profits. Question is, who is that third tag team to be taken into this? Could be a number of different tag teams. Street Profits, they were on NXT there for a little bit before getting taken over here to SmackDown. So we'll see how it is. Street Profits, really good tag team. Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford. The power, the strength, you got the agility, the high flyer in Montez Ford. So this tag team has so much potential. And we'll see how it's going to fare on SmackDown. You do feel bad for some of these superstars that having to go back and forth. But let's go ahead and find out who is the next tag team in this triple threat tornado tag team match. Who could it be? The crowd here in Orlando is on their feet. They are patiently waiting. Wait a minute. Is this who I really think it is? It's Apollo Cruz's music. One second. Oh, look at it. Surprisingly, Chad Gable and Otis being added to this match. Imagine that. Imagine if Otis and Chad Gable and Otis, they are part of Cruise Control. They're part of that big stable here on SmackDown with Apollo Crews and Buddy Murphy. Imagine how that's going to be if Chad Gable and Otis win tonight. It's ultimately going to be in the favor of Cruise Control at Judgment Day, because that's going to be four superstars, four members of the stable going up against Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly if that were to happen. Obviously, Otis and Chad Gable need to win tonight, but this is very interesting if Rock just told them, hey, we need a tag team, we need you guys out there, or if Chad Gable and Otis were like, hey, we need an opportunity, and I worked my ass off and helped out SmackDown. So, Chad Gable did get his Intercontinental Championship rematch due to him helping out SmackDown, but, it's going to be quite interesting if you think about it, if, Gable and Otis are like, hey, we'd like an opportunity, especially Otis. He'd love to have that opportunity as well. Chad Gable's the one that's been kind of getting the more opportune times. But here we go, Otis, Chad Gable trying to take out Street Profits and the Usos. The winner will advance, and it will become a triple threat tornado tag for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. As Otis is beating the heck out of one of the Usos over here. It's going to be a great night of action, ladies and gentlemen. We already had Keith Lee calling out Brock Lesnar, saying, hey, there's no bad blood. You don't have a big match, and I don't have a big match. So let's go ahead. Let's get something going. Let's have a big matchup for Judgment Day. And if Brock Lesnar, he is scheduled to be next here on SmackDown next week here, so be a big question to see what Brock will do. Brock is not going to shoo away from any fight, so I'm assuming Brock would want to accept that. Especially that's a big check for him and a big opportunity, you could say, with that big time matchup. But also later on tonight, we have Sasha Banks and Naomi teaming up to take on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James in tag team action. The winner will be taking on Natalya and Tamina for the women's tag team championships. But the caveat of that matchup is, Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai might be the ones walking out with the championships at TLC, so the champion for the women's tag team titles may change. So that's something we have to keep an eye on. As well as more women's action later on tonight as Charlotte Flair takes on Io Shirai in a number 1 contenders matchup. Winner faces Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Also, John Cena and AJ Styles one-on-one in a non-title match for the United States Championship. John Cena has definitely struggled in the series, unfortunately, and he being in a tag team with Cesaro, we're going to see how that's going to continue to fare for John Cena. Cesaro has struggled with John Cena, unfortunately, as well as our main event, RVD versus Roman Reigns, a big matchup there. As we'll talk about more about tonight, as Montez Ford with a beautiful neck breaker there to Otis. Would that be enough to put away Otis? Just a 1 count there. But also we have what's to be a very combustible matchup for sure, as Kevin Owens and Tommaso Ciampa team up to take on Seth Rollins and LA Knight. As almost getting that 3 count for Montez Ford there. But ending of SmackDown last week was very chaotic. We saw Seth Rollins, the newest member of SmackDown, take out Tommaso Ciampa with a kendo stick and end up curb stomping him multiple times for it. As well as after that, Kevin Owens would come out and attack Seth Rollins, sending a message to him. But not just that, after that, LA Knight would come out of nowhere and attack Kevin Owens to end SmackDown. So it's very chaotic to end SmackDown. And The Rock making a tag team matchup tonight. Tommaso Ciampa is the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship. So, it's going to be a cluster for Tommaso Ciampa. He's got to focus on Roman Reigns, but he also has this little thing going on with, these other members. I mean, it's probably more of going after Seth Rollins per se, but I mean, it's if this main event scene's getting very chaotic, it's gonna be a lot of distractions back and forth. As I believe you got Chad Gable down and out in the middle of that ring. I believe that's Jey Uso looking for a frog splash there to Gable. Are the Usos going to Judgment Day? No! 2.9, very close. As now Montez Ford. Well, he was going to go in the ring and seemed like maybe try and get the upper hand. As these guys, they can beat the living hell out of each other inside, or I should say outside of the ring. But you need to be very careful. Keep your eyes, at least one of the eyes, momentarily on the ring. Because if you don't, your tag team partner or one of the other teams can pick up the pinfall or it's a submission. There's Angelo Dawkins with a glancing blow to both Gable and I believe that's Jey Uso there. Jimmy Uso with that big body slam on that apron. That's not going to be feeling too good. Big frog splash there from Angelo Dawkins here. Will this be enough? 2.5. Gable could have broke that up, but I think Gable saw that, he's going to be able to kick out. As Otis! Oh my God, strength and power every single time. This is quite impressive. For Otis, who's in his own tag team with Heavy Machinery back in the day, and then Chad Gable kind of recruiting him, a part of this big alliance with Cruise Control Buddy Murphy and Apollo Crews, as Chad Gable with that missile dropkick takes down Angelo Dawkins. And then Otis getting back in the ring here. A little trash talk to Angelo Dawkins there. A lot of back and forth action right now. Is Otis going to take his time here? He could easily help out Chad Gable, but it looks like it seems like every member of each team kind of going after each other. So there's one of each inside the ring and one of each outside the ring here currently as well. Got to be very careful as Chad Gable looking to do that brutal suplex, but Jey Uso's like, nope, not going to allow that to happen. Oh, what a beautiful suplex there from Gable. If I'm Gable, I go after Jey Uso there. But this seems like no matter what, they want to do as much damage as they can. As oh, nice maneuver there, electric chair maneuver. And now Jey Uso looking to fly, probably looking for that frog splash, and he does. Pinfall attempt, will this be enough? And it is. The bloodline is going to Judgment Day. Chad Gable having some issues there, unfortunately. for himself a combustible opening contest. And now it is official. The Usos will be added to that matchup. So right now, Apollo Crews and Buddy Murphy will be defending against Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. And now Jimmy and Jey Uso of the Bloodline. Look at that frog splash early in the matchup. But from Roman Reigns, you got to be loving that. The Usos have been stepping up as of late and pulling their weight for the Bloodline. Good to see as we get ready for #1 contenders matchup for the women's tag team titles. Big opportunity for both women's tag teams tonight, as it is time to feel the glow, and it is boss time here in Orlando, Florida. Sasha Banks and Naomi newly tag teamed together. They have some tag team experience briefly, I believe, winning that tag team matchup. Two top stars that could easily be challenging, for the Smackdown Women's Championship, but they add that star power to the tag team championships, and if they get that opportunity to take those tag titles away from whoever walks out of TLC with the women's tag team titles. Currently, it's Natalya and Tamina, but that could easily change with the ways Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai. But now this tag team right here, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, they do have some brief history together. They know how each other is, how they kind of work together, if that makes sense, And that's a good thing, how you mesh out what your tag team partner's thinking. Okay, hey, we can do this. Hey, this would be a perfect opportunity for this and that. So it's something that you gotta love to see. A lot of star power. Maybe you may see a lot of makeshift tag teams here and there, but I mean, when you have a championship like this, the women's tag team titles, you gotta go out of your comfort zone. So if you're normally a superstar that likes to work by yourself, and you have a good friend that's may not be doing as much, this will give you TV time and get something going. And you cannot ask for anything better. So it looks like Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss will be kicking us off here. These women do have some brief history with each other, both on Monday Night Raw. Briefly, when I believe it was Alexa Bliss or Sasha Banks were the women's champion at the time. I can't briefly think about it, but if you go back and watch over our series, Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks definitely do have history here. Especially when there's a championship on the line, it's going to be definitely some bad blood. But I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Big episode as we continue to get ready for the upcoming pay-per-views of TLC, the exclusive pay-per-view of Monday Night Raw, and Judgment Day, the exclusive pay-per-view of SmackDown. So in just a couple weeks' time, it will be the TLC pay-per-view, that big show there, as well as we have a big, massive card coming your guys' way for Judgment Day. And Sasha Banks getting that tag. Here comes Naomi. Mickie James a little faster in this exchange here. Backbreaker. And now Mickie James wants herself some Sasha Banks here. And for Mickie James, a veteran in this business, still moving around quite well. That's what you gotta love. A lot of superstars when they get older, obviously, no offense to them, but they lose a little bit of speed, a little bit of power and whatnot. But, if they, get the right regimens and, working out and all that fun stuff, that a lot of times there's these older superstars that, get better with age. Age like a fine wine. So it's something that's, something you got to kind of wait and look at. Oh, it was a big kick to the dome. Mickie James could be down and out. And that's what you got to like about Naomi. She's staying on the attack. She will get a tag here to Sasha Banks. Multi-time women's champion in her career here in Universe Mode. Looking to, add another championship if she's able to win tonight and head on over to Judgment Day and challenge for the tag team titles. And same for Naomi. Naomi, she's a former women's champion as well. So there's a lot of big things happening, not tonight, well, not just tonight, but in the near future for the women's division. I mean, there's so much potential with these SmackDown, or for SmackDown and Raw with these tag team titles. Even NXT has the women's tag team titles with the Iconics currently being the NXT tag team women's champions. As look at Naomi gonna go, just trying to chop down Mickie James from up top there. Naomi not really thinking about a suplex. I mean, she should have. I mean, I would have personally thought about maybe doing a suplex or something to get her off. But I mean, if you don't have to hurt yourself in the process of hurting your opponent, then I guess that's pretty smart. It's a 200 IQ play. As now Mickie James. Oh, Mickie James moving out of the way. Naomi looking for a springboard maneuver there for a second. I thought she may actually do it. May cost her here momentarily, as yes it does. Throwing her to the outside. And now Mickie James and Sasha Banks going to go at it. Mickie James looking to take it to the boss here. No, and a big kick to the middle of the back. If you're Mickie James, you got to be careful here. You can't just target Sasha Banks here. You got to focus on the woman that is legal in this matchup, and that being Naomi. It looks like Mickie James wants herself some more Sasha Banks, and oh my goodness! Did you see that springboard missile drop kick? That was very impressive from Naomi. Now Naomi just going to continue to beat down Mickie James, and nothing wrong with that. Got to stay on Mickie James. Imagine how that's going to fare for Mickie James and Alexa Bliss if they were able to, let's say, walk out with a win tonight and get that opportunity in the near future to win those tag team titles at Judgment Day. As the referee is at a 5 here. Naomi breaks it up here and get some more action here at ringside. Oh, big punch there from Mickie James. No! May not be the most effective maneuver all the time, but I mean, especially being out there at ringside, it's going to get the job done. It's going to hurt Naomi. Especially if Naomi doesn't get a tag in. It's a nice Northern Lights suplex there from Mickie James. It's going to be a big night in general, ladies and gentlemen, especially with the likes of RVD making his return back to WWE, and especially when he's coming back taking on the Universal Champion Roman Reigns in a non-title match. You can't ask for anything bigger than that. You guys remember back in, I believe it was 2017, RVD had a opportunity against Triple H for the Universal Championship. Did fall up a bit short in that matchup, but big opportune time there to earn the Universal Championship. The Universal Championship obviously changed a little bit with the colors and whatnot. As Sasha Banks getting that hot tag. Let's see if she can make Mickie James pay here. As Naomi kind of playing in between them. Naomi maybe inadvertently helping out her tag team partner there. It's Mickie James with these big punches here. Mickie James looking great tonight in this ring. A lot of back and forth. She's been able to handle both Sasha Banks and Naomi so far. It was all for the opportunity to become the new #1 contender. Look at Sasha Banks not wanting to play around with Mickie James any longer. As now Sasha going for that snap suplex and show off the strength and the power quickly, but James a little bit too much in that exchange for Sasha Banks. It's Mickie James trying to decide what she wants to do. Here we go with the tag. Good teamwork here. Mickie James. What is James? Hurricane Rana into a power bomb halfway across the ring. Alexa Bliss loving that. And Alexa Bliss now. Uh-oh. High risk maneuver here. Uh-oh. Alexa Bliss. Oh. I think with Naomi being right there, that kind of cost her. And a neck breaker there to Alexa Bliss. And now here we go with the pinfall attempt. Will this be enough for Sasha to take herself to Judgment Day? Nope, not just yet though. Oh, it's a whiplash on that bad boy. That is definitely going to be hurting. As now here we go with that another tag. Here comes Naomi. Let's see if Alexa Bliss will be feeling that glow here. Every little maneuver is gonna count here at the end of the night. Blood, sweat, and tears. They know how important this matchup is going to be. especially if you can just get a couple wins together, how that's going to affect the career. A lot of careers can change it. And look at that, almost like a Starship Pain type of maneuver there from Naomi. And now off the ropes, going for that springboard crossbody. It's going to cost her here. And now she's going to get her arm out of socket here by Alexa Bliss. Oh my goodness. The whiplash on the neck as well as that arm. And that's a vintage Alexa Bliss there with those double knees to the midsection. And now Alexa Bliss, will this be enough for her? 2, no, 2.5. And Alexa Bliss cannot believe it, but she still has a lot left in the tank. Now, Alexa Bliss for her, does she go for the DDT? Does she go for the Twisted Bliss? Big opportunity for Alexa Bliss. Oh, but a drop kick takes down Alexa. Pinfall attempt, could she steal one here momentarily? No. Very, very close though. So far for our lovely Judgment Day pay-per-view confirmed at the moment. We have Big E defending his Intercontinental Championship against The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. The Fiend will be actually in action tonight against Rey Mysterio. As, wait a minute, Sasha Banks with his brutal neck breaker there to Alexa Bliss. Gonna go for the pinfall attempt. 1, 2, 3, yes it is. And just like that, Sasha Banks pins Alexa Bliss. And it is official now. It is going to be Sasha Banks and Naomi heading over to Judgment Day to take on Natalya and Tamina for the moment. That champion may change at TLC, but at the moment it is scheduled Naomi and Sasha Banks taking on the women's tag team champions. A lot of good back and forth action tonight in these women's tag team matches. But Naomi was able to do what she needed to do to keep this match open, and Sasha Banks was able to capitalize at the very end. And Sasha Banks and Naomi could eventually be walking out with the tag team titles. Right, it is time for Rey Mysterio again, one-on-one action. Last time we saw him, he took on Aleister Black and defeated Aleister Black one-on-one, but The Fiend was not at ringside. This is going to be a whole different ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as Rey Mysterio bringing out his son, Dominic Mysterio. We've seen these two gentlemen in tag team action over the months, and they kind of a little back and forth, wins and some losses and whatnot, but it's all about learning and teaching his son Dominic. Not everything's not going to come easy. Rey Mysterio's had a long career, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of David versus Goliath matches because of Rey Mysterio. May not be the tallest superstar, but he showed that he had the heart of a champion. And Mysterio's lasted forever. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer here in WWE whenever he decides he's going to retire. But tonight Mysterio is going to have a big challenge ahead of him as The Fiend Bray Wyatt has taken out Big E. Big E will not be here tonight as well. Big E will be back here on Smackdown next week to call out The Fiend, but tonight it is going to be something different. The Fiend going to be bringing out Aleister Black as well. This is the eeriness in this crowd, ladies and gentlemen. You can feel it in the air as there is The Fiend and there is Aleister Black. This is just something different, ladies and gentlemen. The Fiend is back and he has a purpose. I'm not saying he didn't when he defeated Aleister Black and recruited him, because at SummerSlam it was The Fiend versus Aleister Black. If Aleister Black lost, he would join The Fiend and join the family. If Aleister Black would have won, he would have become the Intercontinental Champion. But that's when Bray Wyatt obviously won. There's a little bit of a hiatus there, and it seemed like The Fiend had that Intercontinental Championship kind of dropped off, and The Rock needed the Intercontinental Champion because they didn't know how long The Fiend was going to be gone for, especially. So, they had to make a champion. The Big E has been great Intercontinental Champion, and we're going to see how that's going to fare. As this is just this eeriness inside this Orlando Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, or venue, I should say. Just the eeriness. You don't know how Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, thinks. Look, just look at him. Just the coming out of a serial killer movie. The shades of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Got the the Michael Myers type vibes. As here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Rey Mysterio takes on the Fiend. And of course the Fiend, he's going to want to set an example here tonight to Rey Mysterio that, yeah, you may have gotten lucky by defeating Aleister Black, but it is not going to be a cakewalk. It is not going to be easy. You're not going to even be able to defeat me. And with this matchup, this sends a message to Big E, who's the current Intercontinental Champion. And it seemed like the Fiend had something else in mind. He's thinking about running, but now just able to connect on that this time. And now here we go with the pinfall attempt on Rey Mysterio. Oh, just a 1 count. But big match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Fiend and Big E, 2 big hogs going at it. There'll be a lot of mind games. You got to deal with the mind games when it comes to Bray Wyatt. You got so many different type of characters. You know, you got the Buzzard Bray Wyatt. You got the Fiend Bray Wyatt. You got the Firefly Funhouse that we've briefly seen here in Universe Mode. So it's, oh my God, it is just something that you got to be kind of prepared for when you face a monster like Bray Wyatt, as he is just destroying Rey Mysterio right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look how crazy this is. Is now Bray Wyatt trying to, can't really tell what he's doing. It looks like he might be working on that shoulder blade. Referee in the big jacket of Bray Wyatt kind of in the way, as Rey Mysterio are able to take him down briefly. And Bray Wyatt just looks like he's just way too much for the Fiend here. Or I should say Rey Mysterio is way too much. Momentarily, you gotta take out those knees if you can if you're Mysterio. But, you know, Bray Wyatt is just gonna overpower him with a big powerbomb type of maneuver. And this has just been an absolute destroying type of match so far for the Fiend. And, oh, Sister Abigail out of nowhere. That could be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, the Fiend sends a message to the Mysterios, as well as your Intercontinental Champion Big E, tonight here on Smackdown. And now it is time to find out who is going to be facing Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Judgment Day. Will it be the Queen, Charlotte Flair, or will we get a little bit of taste, a new taste in Io Shirai being able to take on Becky Lynch? Anything we are going to have to find out tonight. And we also mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, in that opening bout, I know this is different from the women's matchup, but a new match was added for Judgment Day, being the Dirty Dogs and the Brawling Brutes and the Dirty Dogs, due to the altercation that happened backstage. So those 2 teams will be going at it, and they do have a brief history before they got from NXT to SmackDown, so we'll see how that rivalry continues to brew. But right now, Charlotte Flair, multi-time women's champion on Raw and SmackDown, didn't get that opportunity on NXT. Obviously, a little bit shorter in the terms of getting that opportunity, but it's going to be it'd be nice to see Io Shirai actually come out victorious tonight against Charlotte Flair. No, nothing against Charlotte Flair, but it is nice to have those fresh matchups. I'm not saying Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch definitely can't draw 2 of the 4 horsewomen, but Io Shirai, that uniqueness in her abilities to get stuff done in the middle of that ring, it's very, very impressive. But Looks like now we have to just wait for Io Shirai. Charlotte looks like she's in tremendous shape. Seems like she's very motivated to get this opportunity. But I'm not saying Io Shirai is not, ready for this role. So this is a big time matchup. She won a triple threat match last week for this opportunity, and so did Charlotte Flair. So for Io Shirai, she's gonna have to dig down deep because this is gonna be the biggest match of her young career. She's had plenty of matches here in NXT and all of WWE as well, but when you're facing the Queen, Charlotte Flair, you definitely got to bring your A game, and one small mistake could definitely cost you. One high-risk maneuver that goes haywire, one finishing maneuver that you're thinking you're going to hit, and you don't hit it, Charlotte Flair is going to hit you with a spear, hit you with a big boot, hit you with natural selection, even hit you with the figure 8 leg lock. There's so many things that Charlotte can do to you, unfortunately, and it's something that she's going to have to deal with. But I am ready for this matchup. Everyone here in Orlando, Florida is ready. And look at all the crowd is chanting for Io Shirai. Well, it is. Let's see if the crowd will walk out happy after this matchup here. Let's look at Charlotte Flair here. Going to start off with a beautiful stunner there. And look at, Charlotte Flair, she's going to be cocky confident. She knows that she's done a lot for this women's division, and she's going to have to deal with, the criticism that brings with being Ric Flair's daughter, or what a lot of people want to say is, Charlotte Flair's dad. But, we'll see what Charlotte has to bring to the table tonight. Like I said, multi-time champion on Raw and SmackDown. Has a lot still to bring to the table. And Io Shirai has to deal with this onslaught as she's just getting folded in half of that German suplex. Take too many of those, it's going to be an early night for Io Shirai. Now Io Shirai once again I was going to say in trouble momentarily, but it's like maybe she might be able to get some offense in. Oh, and a big basement drop kick right there to the dome. I know Io Shirai trying to get the crowd behind her, but this is not the opportune time to do that, Io. Especially when you're facing off with the Queen that can put you away in one maneuver, and that's what I kind of said to open up this contest is one small maneuver, it's going to cost you. And it's costing her right now. She's recovering on the mat, looking up on the lights. I mean, how it looks right now, we may see Charlotte Flair and Io Shirai for that match. Oh, I should say Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. As Io Shirai trying to get that pinfall attempt, still plenty of room to grow in this match. As again, she's trying to get the crowd behind her. As Charlotte Flair is going to come from behind and take down Io Shirai. Another big mistake in this matchup for Io Shirai. I mean, I don't mind it whatsoever. Like I keep saying, that trying to get the crowd with you, you get that energy going. But when you do it too much, when you should definitely do it when you know that for sure that your opponent's going to be really hurt for like a long time. Oh, and a big boot takes down Io Shirai. And Charlotte Flair mere moments away from putting Io Shirai away. And now what is Charlotte Flair thinking about doing here? Gonna drag her away from the ropes and maybe put her in the middle of the ring there. As look at Io Shirai, key reversal in this match. I think Charlotte was thinking about maybe a figure 4 or figure 8 leg lock. Pardon me. As another drop kick there from Io Shirai. Can Io Shirai do it? Pick off Charlotte Flair tonight and pull off the upset of the night. As Io Shirai has her up. Uh-oh. Oh, big slap to the face. That will definitely take it to you. As No. Io Shirai. Spanish fly. What a maneuver there from Io Shirai with the Spanish fly. And now Io Shirai gonna go high risk. Look at that, the moonsault. Io Shirai lighting up the sky. 2. No, 2.5. Io Shirai so close. Very, very close. And Io Shirai, she's all fired up right now. She hit the big maneuvers on Charlotte Flair. She got to stay on her, though. And another knee. Oh, in the double knees. Oh, super kick. Oh, and a spinning kick. Okay. Look at Io Shirai bringing in the work right now. And uh-oh. This could be very costly. Charlotte Flair back up to her feet. Shirai. No maneuver. Okay. She didn't get all of it, but it is a glancing blow enough to maybe get her a SmackDown Championship match. And it does. Wow, glancing blow. And that's all you need. You just need 3 seconds to put away your opponent. And now we are officially getting Io Shirai versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. There for the longest time, I thought Charlotte Flair was going to walk out victorious, but Io Shirai was able to sustain some of that damage, put some back out on Charlotte Flair, and Io Shirai is the new #1 contender on SmackDown. Becky Lynch defends against Io Shirai at Judgment Day. Who do you guys think's going to walk out? Can Becky Lynch retain, or will that be the new face of the SmackDown Women's Division? And now, this match, you know, this is on free television, ladies and gentlemen. This is not on pay-per-view. And it's not like we get to see John Cena in action all the time. John Cena is in singles action in a non-title matchup against AJ Styles, the current United States champion. John Cena having his tag team partner Cesaro out here tonight. John Cena has never won a championship here in Universe Mode history. And that's something that I'm very surprised to ever say, that Cena never has won a championship. And maybe this is the perfect opportune time. I know this is a non-title matchup, but you know, if Cena defeats AJ Styles tonight, maybe he gets that United States Championship matchup. Anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. Cena doesn't wrestle all the time, unfortunately. Cesaro has been wrestling, but he's, you could say, kind of struggling here and there. Especially when there's #1 contender matches on the line. But, you know, there's plenty of big-time stuff that you got to learn, especially from John Cena. He's going to tell him, hey, you're going to have highs and lows. Look at my career. John Cena's had plenty of highs and lows. You know, he's almost got fired when he was doing the Dr. Thugonomics gimmick. He's won plenty of WWE championships ever in his career type of thing. But, you know, it's a lot of things he's got to deal with. But this match could main event any pay-per-view out there, ladies and gentlemen. If it was in 10 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people, it would definitely main event. And this is just the mid-card right now. The middle of that card. But that United States Championship does look really good around the waist of AJ Styles. We'll see how it's going to fare for AJ Styles, though, tonight. AJ Styles is the one that's wanted to have plenty of action, a lot of big names challenging him. And, I mean, no better way than having John Cena, a first ballot Hall of Famer, whenever he definitely decides to put his shoes away. I almost want to say boots, but I don't think he's ever worn boots. It's always been shoes or sneakers, I guess. But here we go, a non-title matchup, ladies and gentlemen. John Cena versus AJ Styles. He rings the bell. Here we go. And look at AJ Styles coming right out through the gate after John Cena here. Oh, big kick there from Styles. And I mean, we've seen Cena. He's had plenty of matches here in Universe Mode where, you know, he's struggled there lately, and then, you know, he'll pop off a bunch of, you know, big key wins. So, you know, for Cena, he's still looking for his first championship here at Universal, even if it has to be the Tag Team Championships or the United States or Intercontinental or Universal Championship, whatever it may be. Cena definitely can put on one hell of a match. Cena has changed so much over the years. AJ Styles, listen, with John Cena currently with these brutal forearm strikes to the lower back. I didn't really face Cena too much. Is now Cena going to go for the scoop slam? No. Styles. Big reversal in this matchup early. Styles does not want to get in a power matchup with John Cena. Wait a minute. We're already going to have ourselves a calf killer, but the long legs there of John Cena is something you got to be very careful with. I mean, both of these veterans know what they're doing, but maybe a little small mistake there from AJ Styles, not being able to fully lock onto that calf killer. As Cena able to kick out at 2.5. And Styles, it looked like he was kind of hoping that Cena wouldn't be able to kick out. As now Styles, phenomenal forearm to John Cena. Is that going to be enough? Referee getting into position 2. Oh, 2.9. AJ Styles cannot believe it. There for a second, I honestly thought Cena was going to get pinned there. AJ Styles was hoping that it would be an easy win, but everybody should know that John Cena, he's not an easy man to put away. As Styles running all over the place to try and put away John Cena here. As here goes AJ Styles from the top rope here. Flying crossbody takes down Cena. Cena is currently struggling right now. But as soon as I say that, he's able to get a little bit of a big reversal in this matchup. Go into a Michinoku driver. Now can big match John Cena get something going here? Hit an attitude adjustment. Hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. Hit some more power maneuvers. Think of something. Oh, wait a minute. Cradle. Cradle. Can AJ Styles steal it? 2, 3. Yes, he does. AJ Styles steals it. A win is a win, ladies and gentlemen. Even if it happens to be a cradle. AJ Styles dominated this match from the get-go. Cena seemed like he may have been trying to go for an STF. Yeah, but look at that phenomenal forearm. But right here, this cradle. Let's make sure his elbow or his shoulders were down. Can't really see it from this view, but it seems like referee got it. And AJ Styles outsmarting John Cena. Oh, wait a minute, Cena now. Oh, wait a minute. Back in the ring we go. Okay, Cena and AJ Styles here. Cena didn't like that. DDT from Styles, and now Styles and Cena. It seems like something's brewing between both of these men here. I don't know if we've restarted the match or not, but there is some extra content going on here. Styles, phenomenal forearm, misses. And now we'll see if Cena wants to try and get anything going here. The STF is applied here. And look at AJ Styles tapping out to the STF. This is just brewing between both men. Cena frustrated, kind of made him look like a chump, you could say. Uh-oh. Cena. Oh, no. Is he thinking about an attitude adjustment? Yes, he is. Cena. Attitude adjustment from the top rope. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Man, you definitely got to love the testy waters there between AJ Styles and John Cena, ladies and gentlemen. That has so much potential, and I think with Styles hitting that cradle, making Cena kind of making him look easy like that, and Cena going after them, like little testy waters between both men. And even with what we saw, where an attitude adjustment from the top rope as well, very, I guess the word is potential, I guess, in that where we may see some more John Cena and AJ Styles there. We don't know. But we are going to go to something that brewed last week here to end SmackDown. So last week here we had a triple threat #1 contenders match where it was Brock Lesnar, Keith Lee, and Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa ends up winning the #1 contendership matchup. Seth Rollins comes up after the match with a kendo stick and attacks him. And after Seth Rollins, did his curb stomping and everything, Kevin Owens comes out, attacks Seth Rollins, sending a message to Rollins, basically saying, hey, watch your back. You're not going to just walk over and do what you please. And then after Owens did that by stunning Rollins, out of nowhere, the newest free agent signing to SmackDown, LA Knight, comes out and takes out Kevin Owens. So there's just so much going on at once, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a crazy last couple weeks, definitely here on SmackDown. So and especially Tommaso Ciampa, he's supposed to be focusing on a big matchup with Roman Reigns, but now he's kind of focusing on, Seth Rollins. I mean, is the main man that he's focusing on, because he's the one that Seth Rollins attacked Ciampa with the kendo stick last week. So, I mean, this is going to be a good match for Tommaso Ciampa. It gets him ready for his big matchup in just a few weeks' time at Judgment Day. And also Roman Reigns gets to scout this match, and Tommaso Ciampa kind of gets to scout his next, the main event, when Roman Reigns takes on RVD in the main event. But I'm very curious to see, because this will be a big debut for LA Knight here tonight. LA Knight has so much potential, ladies and gentlemen. Big free agent. You're going to see what he's going to bring to the table. Seth Rollins will have his first SmackDown match in a very, very long time here. So we'll see how it goes. Tommaso Ciampa and Kevin Owens, they may not get along, obviously. I'm not saying Seth Rollins and LA Knight will get along, but this tag team match is going to be very combustible, to say the least. There's a crowd here in Orlando, Florida, really behind Kevin Owens. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This man, LA Knight. Say yeah. 240 pounds, LA Knight, a big future is coming his way, man. He's got the physique, he's got the look, the charisma. This man has star power. He has the it factor, all in this look right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot wait to see what LA Knight is going to be bringing to the SmackDown roster, and especially, he's bursting right on to the big main event scene that we have here on SmackDown. It is loaded from top to bottom. That a lot of these superstars may go after other titles. There's just so much main event talent power here on SmackDown. It's crazy, and nothing wrong with that. But now it is time to burn it all down with Seth frickin' Rollins, former WWE champion in his own right, former tag team champion as well. And here comes the visionary, the revolutionary. It is time to embrace that vision, that being Seth frickin' Rollins. I mean, we knew Seth Rollins was going to make an impact on SmackDown. We knew he was supposed to show up on SmackDown and make an impact some way yesterday, but nobody really knew that he was going to come out and attack the winner with the kendo stick. But it is what it is. I bet Rollins wouldn't have done that if that was Brock Lesnar, or maybe not Keith Lee either, but I don't know. Nonetheless, and we already saw earlier on tonight where Keith Lee actually challenged Brock Lesnar to a one-on-one matchup for Judgment Day. Both of those men do not have bad blood with each other, but Keith Lee, he needs a big matchup Judgment Day. He doesn't want to be sitting on the sideline, and Keith Lee knows that that Brock Lesnar doesn't want to be on the sideline either. So we could see a big, massive matchup there. Brock Lesnar is scheduled to be here next week on SmackDown, so we'll see how that will fare. But here we go. Kevin Owens and LA Knight to kick us off for both teams here. And LA Knight's the one that took out Kevin Owens to end Smackdown last week. So I bet Kevin Owens is definitely looking to get his hands on Owens and send him a message. Or Owens wants to send LA Knight a message. And, oh, nice swinging neck breaker there from LA Knight. A lot of potential in this young man. His Knight. Oh, another swinging neck breaker. Very impressive so far. The king of the neck breaker so far. I mean, it's not going to be the most powerful maneuvers you're ever going to see, but it's going to be highly effective. As LA Knight here, big axe handle, takes down Owens, former NXT champion. And I bet for Owens, he definitely wants to have himself a Universal Championship shot because he was NXT champion and was forced to vacate due to Vince McMahon's desire to have a lot of these superstars being brought from NXT up to Raw and SmackDown. He wanted a new look on NXT. Oh, pump handle neck breaker there from Kevin Owens' pinfall attempt. Will it be enough to... And, you would say the Judgment Day card is getting stacked from top to bottom. A lot of big time matches coming your way, and I have a feeling that there's going to be plenty more matches still to be added to it after kind of what we've seen tonight. Io Shirai, that is official with her going to be taking on Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Also, we already noted that Tommaso Ciampa takes on Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. We'll see what the United States Championship will have in possibly if, who AJ Styles may be facing. Don't know who that will be at the moment. After tonight, Cena may get another opportunity. I don't know. After Styles won, it was via a cradle, but I mean, a win is a win. And also the Usos won tonight in a triple threat match, so they are officially added to a triple threat tornado tag team match. We announced that Dirty Dogs will be taking on the Brawling Brutes in a tag team matchup at Judgment Day as well. So a lot of big names going to be happening, and we, especially with these four. Well, we already know Ciampa is going to have a match at NXT, or not at NXT, but at Judgment Day, the SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. But Owens and LA Knight, Seth Rollins don't have matches right now, but there's plenty of time for that to change. It's just a one count there. Oh, look at LA Knight. Moonsault. Springboard moonsault. Takes out Tommaso Ciampa. LA Knight rubbing it in the face of everyone here in Orlando, Florida. Hard Irish rip into the corner. Can Owens get something going? Make this cocky, confident young man, LA Knight, bring him down a peg here. And like we said, Ciampa and Owens, they've known each other for a very long time, and they don't have to get along. We've never seen each other tag team or face each other here in WWE, but it's something that you got to be, keep an eye on there. One small thing, it could snap Owens or even Ciampa. Beautiful punch there from Owens. And now going to use that big boot on Owens, or on LA Knight, but LA Knight not going to allow that to happen. What does LA Knight have in store for Kevin Owens here? Uh-oh. Torture rack. Oh! Torture rack and slam taken down. Kevin Owens, he's down and out, and of course, gonna tag Seth Rollins in here. And now Rollins gonna go high risk, high reward. Frog splash to Kevin Owens, about 3/4 away. Very, very impressive. They have some serious airspace, especially if you want to hit that. As now pinfall attempt here. Could this be enough? No, just a 2 count. And now Rollins. Oh, look at this. He's going to try and eye-wreck the dome. The face here. Oh my goodness. Come on. Do too many of that, and Kevin Owens is going to go home blind. He'll be able to see his wife or his kids if he takes too many of those. Oh, what a power slam there from LA Knight. That may be enough. Maybe just a 1 count. especially with that the spontaneous of that maneuver, just able to pick him up, hurry up, hit him with that power slam. Very effective. And now Owens has Rollins up, and to hit him with some snake eyes, bring him down a peg here. Well, this is your co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a massive main event, the return of the Friday night RVD makes his return to WWE after being on hiatus for a very long time. He returns to take on your Universal Champion in a non-title match. Look at Rollins just taking it there with Ciampa momentarily. It's now Ciampa. The big Irish whip in the corner. Oh, again, these clubbing blows here from Ciampa. Oh God, look at this maneuver. There for a minute, I thought maybe he was going to go with a submission hold there on the ropes, but nonetheless, Ciampa doing maneuvers that he feels very, very comfortable with. Ciampa. Oh! What a maneuver there from Ciampa, and he's not letting Rollins start kind of wiggling around. That right knee, that surgically repaired knee there of Seth Rollins could be in trouble. Let's see if Owens can put away Seth Rollins here. Uh-oh. Go for that package powerbomb. Yes, he does. That is not going to be feeling too good for Rollins. Will it be enough? And it is. Kevin Owens defeats Seth Rollins here on SmackDown. Big win for Kevin Owens. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do tonight, man. LA Knight and Seth Rollins will be walking the back, very much frustrated. But Tommaso Ciampa, Kevin Owens walking out with the much needed win. Main event time here on SmackDown, as it is the return of RVD. Rob Van Dam. We're going to see the Van Daminator tonight. You're going to see that 5-star frog splash. Seems like everyone here in Orlando still remembers this man. RVD still looks like he's in phenomenal shape, ladies and gentlemen. This man is a Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait to see what he's going to bring him back here to SmackDown. First match back here in WWE, and it's in no bigger way than facing off with the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. And of course, Rob Van Dam has to make sure he gets those signature thumbs to say RVD, Rob Van Dam. But now he has to go up against the Bloodline. Hopefully RVD's been, keeping an eye on WWE, because this man Roman Reigns, he's the one that runs SmackDown. He's your Universal Champion. The Usos have been added to the big championship triple threat tornado tag matchup at Judgment Day, with it being Usos, Diamond Mine, and Cruise Control. A lot of big matches for Judgment Day confirmed here and there. A lot of big moments for SmackDown tonight. We just saw Kevin Owens and Tommaso Ciampa defeat Seth Rollins and LA Knight. Also, John Cena lost to AJ Styles via a cradle. And almost like a possum pin, I guess you could call it as well. But steals a win. Cena was not too happy about it. He went back and chased AJ Styles, threw him back in the ring, and both of the men went back to war inside that ring. Cena tossing him in the corner, hitting him with an attitude adjustment from the top rope. So it seems like there may be more to come between AJ and Cena there. Maybe not, but we'll have to wait and see on the next week's episode of SmackDown, where Brock Lesnar will open will be showing up to SmackDown to answer Keith Lee's challenge. You never know with Brock, but you gotta assume that he will definitely accept that matchup. But here we go, RVD, Roman Reigns here on SmackDown. RVD. Look at this. Vintage RVD with those moves. But one of the lasting matches, like we mentioned before, for RVD was where he was challenging for the Universal Championship. At that time, Triple H was the Universal Champion. And RVD was just so dang close to becoming Universal Champion, but came up a bit short. And for RVD, did he stay watching the product after he left and kind of seeing who's been running the show, or has he been like, hey, I'm gonna do my own thing and stay away from wrestling, or do my own wrestling stuff and not pay attention to WWE? You never know with RVD. Man, this crowd is absolutely in love with this man RVD. So great to have him back here in a WWE game. Guys, here we go with the pinfall attempt. Referee right there in position. Two count. So obviously plenty more to come in this matchup, especially if Roman Reigns wants to put RVD away. Oh my goodness. Thought for a second RVD was going to get out of that, but Roman Reigns is like, nope, not going to happen today. And for Roman Reigns, he's probably sick of having these old timers try and take his spot. Snapmare takedown into a big boot to the dome. Yeah, this crowd is booing the living hell out of Roman Reigns right now. Be very careful. Roman Reigns can literally walk out of this arena if he wanted to. Doesn't have to deal with this crowd. Now RVD with a key reversal, swinging that leg inside out. RVD showing that flexibility for his age, man. Going for a Superman punch, and he's going to get a drop kick to the back of the skull. RVD, vintage RVD. Pinfall attempt. Will this be enough? 2.9. So close. Uh-oh. RVD. Frog splash, no, Reigns with the knees. Knees to the midsection, and that is going to cost RVD momentarily. We'll see if maybe he can get back in this matchup. Big reversal from Reigns. We'll see if Reigns can maybe capitalize on that mistake from RVD. Big punch to the dome, knocking out RVD momentarily. Now this is where Roman Reigns is going to slow down the matchup. He knows RVD has the momentum currently. Superman punch there out of nowhere. Does RVD have enough left in the tank to kick out? No, yes he does actually. Good. Stays in the match momentarily. Can he keep it up? Uh-oh. Roman looking to put away RVD. No, the knee strike from RVD. Both men reversing each other's finishers so far here. Will that be enough? That running, that knee strike to the dome of Roman. Definitely probably knock some cobwebs out of Roman Reigns' head. And RVD with a beautiful moonsault. Man, he's aged like a fine wine, ladies and gentlemen. And then RVD with a frog splash. Pinfall. 2, 3, yes. RVD picks up the win tonight in the main event of SmackDown. Welcome back, RVD. Another Superman punch that we saw. RVD, congratulations, makes his way back. What is next for this man, RVD, on the main roster here? What a great night to be here on SmackDown.
He's getting a huge boost right now from all those chants and cheers.
Wait a minute. LA Knight, he was just in here earlier and just hit him with a stop sign. Are you kidding me? Come on. And again. Why? He loses a big time matchup, and now he's going to take it out on RVD, who just had a hellacious win against the Universal Champion. Gonna take it out on somebody, right? And look at him. He wanted to go for the pinfall. And again, LA Knight just get the upper hand on RVD again, right? And again. This man, LA Knight, he's a different type of animal, ladies and gentlemen. He is not going to let somebody take his spot. Not going to make him look like a chump here as well. I don't know what else LA Knight had in store here for RVD. Oh my! And now, again, he's going to go for the pinfall attempt. You know LA Knight going to do anything in his power to get the upper hand, it seems like, and LA Knight wants to make a name for himself. He's definitely going to do it. Oh, this ain't good. Gonna drag him to the table. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oh no. LA Knight has RVD up, and he has him right down through the damn table. Are you kidding me? LA Knight taking out WWE Hall of Famer RVD. And now it looks like we got ourselves a brawl here between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. These guys are just beating the living hell out of each other here over by the interview area. These guys have a rivalry brewing, and just chopping away, punching each other. Both men are not going to let each other do anything, it seems like. Punch after punch, chop after chop. Both men just going back and forth, and again, and again. Not just messing around here. And now, Owens with a stunner gets the upper hand again on Seth frickin' Rollins here. But no, looks like he's not done yet. Not done yet, it seems. Oh no, this ain't good. This ain't good. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Owens. Oh my God. Owens with a powerbomb through the damn table backstage. All the time we have here for SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on Raw.